I still insist on the question about, for example, it would be different we sit on a chair or we sit on the water.
Does seeing sit on the chair?
No.
So, what sits on the chair?
The Kaya, the body.
Okay. Does it arise?
I think yes, the body arises.
Does it sit?
I think so. The body sits.
As long as that is the idea of something, there must be the story of such shape and form, legs and arms, sitting and walking and so on. But actually, can there be anything we take for what we say, a chair or someone sits on the chair? So what is the actual reality of what we say, body?
The body is composed of different rupas.
What is arupa?
Yeah. So it's basically the four principal elements.
One by one, please. Just only one at a time. A characteristic.
Right. The body, the rupa, different rupa. She picked the eye sense.
So the eye sense is the body. Does the body, the eye sense, sit on the chair?
No, the eye sense cannot sit on a chair. The body has different parts. The head cannot sit on a chair.
What is a body? You can talk about anything, so many things, but just one by one, please.
Composed by different rupa.
Please, what rupa? Different one.
The bone sits on a chair. The bone is earth element.
So what is the characteristic or the quality of the earth?
Hardness.
So can any hardness sit on the chair?
I think yes, the earth element depends on the product.
Can anyone change the characteristic of the earth to be different from it is?
It's different. A car, the harness of a car and the harness of the bone is different.
Can it be seen, no matter the hardness of the car or the hardness of the body? Can it be seen?
I know the answer is harness cannot be seen, but we can judge maybe something is hard by just looking at it.
By one's own thought, or what about the absolute truth? Can anyone change hardness at any moment when we take it from a car or a chair or anything which is hard?
So it's an unchangeable characteristic.
So can hardness sit on a chair?
Yes, without harness.
No, the question is whether can hardness itself, which is hard, sit on a chair?
So earth element is everywhere.
Does it sit?
Yes.
So a pillow sits on the bed?
You can say it's sitting or lying on a bed.
Okay, the spoon sits on the table. Everything sits on.
You can say that they sit on a table.
You can say, anyone can say, but what about the truth? That's right. This is the beginning to understand the absolute reality as no one and no thing at all. Otherwise, there must be the idea of the sitting. The hardness sit on the chair and the spoon sit on the table or lying down and so on all the time as something all the time. And that is not the teaching of the Buddha about anatta and sunyata. So how can there be the understanding of the truth? So without the understanding of the word from the Buddha, from his enlightenment, no one can let go the idea of something and someone.